So in nature, it is, get some sun, and just here, out in the elements. And I'm just thinking about how far removed we are from what we really are, and how much of a disconnect we now have. Let me sit down. How much of a disconnect we now have from, what we truly are, which is just creatures, bro. We just God's creation, just like these trees, just like the birds. I'll find a nice spot. But just like the trees, just like the birds, just like anything else in nature, that's what we are. And a lot of the current ideologies that being pushed to us and societal norms that being pushed to us are totally against our natural biological inherent desires. And I was reading this book about I think the name of the book is Think on These Things by Krishnamurti, and he spoke about the concept of ambition and the concept of intelligence. And let me go in the sun here. Yeah, the concept of ambition, the concept of how ambition essentially is us disregarding other people, us disregarding our short-term desires, which could be perceived as a good thing as long as it's not hedonistic pleasure. Foregoing our short-term biological desires or things that are normal to us, like sleeping, getting enough sleep, eating properly. I just use those basic stuff because life is simple. Eat, sleep, shit, reproduce. And ambition is the foregoing of eating healthily because you want to afford something. You're ambitious. So you want to afford this house, or you want to invest in this, or you want to pay for this, which is all matrix stuff, all things created by society. You forego sleeping properly because of the grind. Oh, we have to grind. For what? For what? To be accepted by the people who planted the idea in our head that is what we need to strive for. And the reason why the word ambition is key is because that's a societal thing. Passion, foregoing short-term pleasure for a passion, something that you genuinely want to work towards, something that's genuinely innate to you, that your subconscious, which is my belief is that your subconscious is a direct connection to God. It's something that was ordained for you as an individual. So it really just comes down to you figuring out who you are and what you want. And ambition is really just society's goals for you, whereas passion is your goals for yourself. And the fact that we would praise somebody who's ambitious, somebody who sleeps 5 to 6 hours a night to build a hedge fund or to start a business. Like, for example, I would glorify Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. But in the next 500 years, nothing that they do is going to be relevant. The only thing that is relevant is us enjoying our time here, our temporary time here. All that matters is us enjoying that. And I feel like that stems from passion, because ambition implies not enjoying the present for a more enjoyable future. But if you're always ambitious, the future never arrives, because you'll say, all right, next week I'll start eating healthy, I'll start sleeping better from next week, but then next week you'll have another ambition, and then you'll continue to forego you for the goals of the system, the goals of other people that was planted in your head so much that you think is your goals, when in reality is not. What is really your goal is your passion, and a passion is not a goal in a sense. You enjoy the process, which is present. You're here now, and you enjoy now, and you're enjoying this project. You enjoy doing this, because the goal is just one thing. Like, let's say you want to make $1 million. When you hit that, it's like, okay, now what? Because life still has to be lived, and the present moment still exists, and it's the only thing that exists. So ambition versus passion, figuring out what you want versus what others want for you, and what society tells you you should want. And I could go way deeper into this, but I think it all stems to going back to basics and being more present and not caring. Like right now, I holding a phone and recording myself like a bunch of people walking by. They're like, who's this guy, bro? But does it matter? You know? Not in a nihilistic way, but just be here now, bro. Just be here now. Be present. Understand that what really matters is you, and not in a selfish way, but you in the sense of, what do you truly want? And are you going to live in love, or are you going to live in fear? Are you going to be afraid of non-acceptance from society? Or are you going to love yourself enough to be you and not be afraid of the non-acceptance? Are you going to pursue what you truly desire and forego societal metrics of success? Are you going to forego that for your true passion and pay the price of existence, pay the price of time, actually pay for something you want to pay for, as opposed to paying for something that you're being told you should pay for? Like, you're being told you should go to school and do this. You're being told you should wake up at 6 a.m. or at 5 a.m. and meditate and take a cold shower to be successful. But that's according to whose rules? Like, whose rules who planted that in your head, that this is what is success? Have you done enough introspection to say, this is what I want? Success to me is being able to go on a walk in nature. That could be success to me, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to, it's definitely a ramble, as I think would be the new format of the content here. It's just me talking. And to go back to the point of love and fear, God is love. If that offends you, or you don't like that, or you don't believe in God, that's cool. That's perfectly fine, bro. I'm happy that you have your own guiding light and your belief as to what governs and created you and everything around you. But I believe that there is one God and one consciousness. And when you go within and figure out what you want and you pursue your passion, that is you becoming conscious. Because the unconscious thing to do is just to follow what you're being told. Do this, eat that. Like all these diets online. Oh, ketogenic, oh this, oh that. Wow. What works best with your body, bro? Like, what works best with your body? Like right now I'm on a fast. I'm on like a 18-hour fast right now. Just water, pink Himalayan salt, and a smoothie, just to have some sugar in my body because I knew I was gonna walk. That works for me. That doesn't work for some people. And if I tell you, oh well, you need to fast, this is the way it's like, no. What works for you? What works for you? And I think all of us need to figure that out. And this is really just for me documenting. It's like, what works for me, bro? What works for me? What works for me? In the most non-selfish way, what works for me? So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that ambition versus passion, because I identified with being an ambitious person for a while, and I strive towards goals that weren't mine, and we have a finite amount of time. Time is our most valuable asset. You're going to spend time on either something you want to do or something you don't want to do. But regardless, time is going to be spent. Like, if time doesn't wait for you, time is going to be spent. So you either figure out what you want to do and get to that as soon as you could, or you just spend time on somebody else's time doing what somebody else wants you to do, which just doesn't work for me. So yeah, just wanted to ramble about that a bit. About to head back down the mountain. Probably meditate some more, spend some time in my head. Hopefully this was, actually no, yeah, this is just me sharing my thoughts. Thanks for listening / watching / consuming. What I would recommend though is just block out the noise, bro. Just block out the noise. That's my recommendation. Not telling you what to do. That could be the wrong thing. But just block out the noise. Figure out what you want. And at that point, happiness would no longer be a disconnect. If you attach value to happiness, if you view happiness as something of importance to you, that's if you believe that life should have that level of meaning. Because happiness to me is acceptance. Unhappiness and chasing something is non-acceptance of the present moment. If you want something, it's because you're not content or accepting of what you currently have. When you don't want anything, you don't desire anything, you don't need anything from anyone, you don't need anything to make this moment better, that's happiness. But it's really just acceptance of what is. It's really just acceptance of what is. Yeah.